Welcome back guys, this is always back with another Revit tutorial on the channel. It's been long since I created a Revit tutorial. A lot of people have requested me to create a Revit tutorial. And yep, here we are. We have a Revit tutorial. So this is what you can see. We're gonna build in this project-based tutorial. It is a basic house, but I try to explain things in this video instead of just creating them. It is not for beginners. If you have a little bit of knowledge about Revit, then you can follow and you can start creating this plan. If you're interested in watching a better course, a complete Revit tutorials, I drop a link, a description. I have my own personal full course, which is about 8 hours long on Udemy. I drop a link of that course with a 50% off coupon. So this is a Revit. The version of Revit I'm using is 2016, which is, I guess, the stable build that you can get right now. Alright, so let's get started with the Revit, guys. Oh yeah, before we start our project, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you are really interested in learning Revit, I drop a link in the description of my Udemy course. I have a Revit course and an AutoCAD course on Udemy, which are about, like, AutoCAD is about 13-hour long and Revit is about 8 hours long, which I have explained every bits and pieces you need to know to start creating plans. And I've got YouTube videos as well, so yeah, you can check them out as well if you're really interested in learning Revit from basics. So yeah, let's get started. So this is what you see when you start Revit for the first time, and on the top left we have icon for our Revit program. We have a generic drop-down menu which has an option for new, open, save as, export, suit workflow. Now, one more thing I want to mention, this tutorial is for those people who already know a little bit of Revit and wanna become a bit more intermediate level. So I'm just gonna go through and start building stuff. So yeah, let's go to this is our welcome page. Now here we have a project section, a families section. Now we have some sample project, a sample families, and on the right we have some resources which are basically help from a Revit or Autodesk, you can say. They have the videos there which can teach you how to use Revit. Now we have 4 options here: construction template, architecture template, structural, and mechanical. So I only work with the architecture template in Revit, so I can click on architecture template and it will build a project for us so we can start building our home. Now, one more thing I want to mention here is that I have an image here which is going to be basically help me to create a project. So this is kind of plan we're gonna create. It's a small plan, but we have an idea that how we're gonna create it, how to basically design it. So where are the bed, a dining. This is just a generic image, but we will take help from this image and we're gonna start building the project. Now I'm gonna manually type the dimensions, so don't worry about what dimension I use because it could be different. You may be a different part of the world and you probably use decimal points or any other unit, but I'll be using inches and feet, which is called imperial units. So yeah, we'll use imperial units and create this plan. I'm not going to follow the dimension which are available here. Instead, I'm going to actually just look at this and start building it. All right, so let's go to Revit and then we're going to start our template, which I'm going to use architecture template. So let me check if it's obvious is recording. Yep, it's recording. Now I clicked on architecture template and now it is recording our Revit tutorial, and this is our template. And just excuse me whatever I say because I'm not gonna edit this video. It's just straight coming out from mod, no script, no nothing. So yeah, so this is Revit, guys. On the top we have ribbon. Ribbon has some tabs, for example, architectural tab, structure, system, insert, annotate, analysis, merge, massing inside, collaborate, view, manage, modify. So we'll look at these tabs as well. And down here we have some panels. So in architecture panel, we have a build panel, we have a circulation panel, a model, a room area, opening, datum, work plane. And on the left, we have properties and we have a project browser. Now, obviously you can modify Revit. So for example, if I just click here and then just drag it, it's gonna just come off from that left side. So I'm just gonna put it back. All right, so here you can modify the way you like, and then you can start working. So every time you start a project, the first thing you do is set up floor levels. Now here in the project browser, we have level 1, level 2, side, ceiling level 1, ceiling level 2, we have elevation, so north, east, west, south, we have legends, schedule, quantities, sheets, families, groups, Revit links, right? So let's get started with organizing our plan first. So first of all, we're gonna go to one of the elevation. It doesn't matter which one you choose. So I'm gonna choose east. I'm gonna double click on it, and it's gonna show me what are the levels I have. So I have 2 levels: level 1, level 2. Now level 1 starting from here 0, and we actually haven't set up the units yet. So let's go and set up the units first. So we go to modify tab on the top, and we're gonna click on let's get out from the command first. So I'm just gonna press double escape. Actually, we go to manage tab, not a modify tab. So we go to manage tab, and yeah, and one more thing I'm gonna tell you guys, I haven't used Revit for the last 4 or 5 months, so just I'm gonna find out where the things are and show you guys how to use them. Alright, so in the manage tab, we will go to project units, and then here we will select, double click on it, and then I'm gonna select a millimeter to change that to feet and fractional inches. Let's select that. Rounding can be 1/4 or 1/2 depending on how you use the units. It's all up to you. And then I'm gonna click OK. Now, I'm gonna click OK. Here we have a few other options as well: area, volume, angle, slope, currency, mass, density. You can change these units as well. So I'm just gonna leave them the way they are. Let's click OK, and now once I click OK, you can see at our plan we have now dimension in feet and inches. So it's level 2 is on 13 feet 1 inch, sorry, 1.5 inch, all right, and level 1 starting from 0 feet and 0 inches. All right, so now we need for now we need 2 levels. So level 1, level 2. And the bottom, we need to have some kind of level which will show the building blocks of the building. For example, the foundation of the house. So yeah, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go to architecture tab, and here we have a datum panel. We have an option for levels. So I'm gonna click on that, and then once I click on that, it'll take me to a modify panel where I have all the generic commands, and I have this place level. So I'm gonna click somewhere around here, and I'm just gonna click here again. All right, so we got the level 3 now. As you can see, we created a level, and then it actually at the bottom, but it says the level 3. So first of all, I guess it's good to change the name so we understand where we are. So you can do in different ways. You can right click here and you can click on rename, and then it will rename the level 1. So level 1 would be ground floor. Let's click OK. Yes. Now, as you can see, ground floor change. And the other way you can change the name is by just double click on it and then just say foundation, right? So different way of doing it. And then I'm going to click right click here. And here we should have an option for renaming this. If we don't, then we just double click on it. So we just say now floor 1. Press enter, click on yes. So now we have a foundation level, we have a ground floor level, we have a floor 1. So we can change the foundation level to, let's just say we're gonna go and change this to -2 feet. And then I'm gonna zoom in by using the mouse wheel. So you slide up your mouse wheel, it will zoom in. You slide backwards, you zoom out from Revit. And then if you click on that, it will turn on the pan mode where you can move your workspace. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in and then I'm gonna click here. And now the problem we have is basically our text is overlapping. So foundation text is overlapping the ground floor level. So how do we fix that? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on this foundation level. And if you go a bit closer, you notice there is something called add elbow. There is a button there which is pretty much hidden, but you can see that. So I'm gonna click on that and it will turn on elbow. Now, after turning on elbow, you can move this wherever you want, but it will just move the text, and obviously the dimension is going to be same. So it's still on -2 feet, but you can move your text somewhere else so it doesn't overlap to the other floor level. So here we have a ground floor starting from 0 feet, 0 inches. I'm going to click here and I'm going to change this to start from, let's just say 0 space 9, enter. So once you press 0, that's going to be a feet value. So you press any integer and then press spacebar. So whenever you have a spacebar or space between two digits, the next value is going to be inches, not the feet. So you type a numeric digit, that's going to be feet, and then you press spacebar, and then you type a next value, which is going to be a unit of inches automatically. That's how Revit works. So we got our ground floor starting from 9 inch, so we have a little bit of steps at the front so we can design our 3D. It looks better. So, and then we need to define our first floor level. So here I'm going to click on dimension again, and I'll type something like 10 feet. And then to type the inches, remember I just said that you press spacebar, and then you type the next value, and then I'm going to type 10 space 9, which is going to be 10 feet and 9 inches. And there you go. So our level 1 has set up as well. All right, so here we got our floor level set up, and then we can start working on our levels. So now if you look at the left in the project browser, we got this floor level, we got ceiling. So we don't have to set up ceiling level right now, but you could set up. For example, if I go floor 1, and then here we have the ceiling level. So whatever I will draw here, that's gonna be on the ceiling level. I'll talk about this when we get to ceiling in this project. So let's go to ground floor, and this is our foundation. So to change the levels, you simply go to your project browser, and then you double click on the level name. So here we have a ground floor, foundation, floor 1. So I'm gonna go to ground floor where I'm gonna start planning. So here we have an image. Basically it's starting from the front. We have this porch kind of thing, and the total dimension is about 64 feet and 44 feet length. Okay, let's go back to Revit, guys, and then here first of all we are gonna make sure that we are on the ground floor, and then we're gonna go to architectural tab, and then we have this command named wall. So I will select the wall. Now once I select the wall or any other command, Revit automatically toggles on modify panel, which has all the commands related to a specific command you just selected. All right, now if I can see that we have a special panel, place wall, which has a wall related command that we can use to build a wall. Yeah, remember we can start our wall wherever we want. Revit doesn't work with the coordinate system. It does work, but if you watch my AutoCAD tutorial, it's somewhat different than AutoCAD. AutoCAD is an engineering tool. It's got more advanced things. But Revit is pretty simple, pretty easy. It's so cool, and it let us do a lot of work in very less time. So we're gonna click here, and then first of all, I'm gonna change this to, let's just say it's 100. So I'm not gonna talk about this now. I'm just gonna keep developing, and now I'll talk about these units. So this is basically setting up your things. Okay, so we go back to select the wall command. Now in the properties, you see that what kind of wall you have selected. You got a basic wall there. I'm gonna click on it, and then we have a drop-down menu which have all the walls available in our Revit software. So we have some interior walls, we have some curtain walls, they have a different properties. So every wall has a different kind of property. For example, a curtain wall cannot be made of bricks, right? It does make sense. It's a common sense. So that curtain wall will not be able to okay, so that if you choose that curtain wall, you won't be able to apply a wood, or you can say a brick material to this. So that's kind of properties are there for each of these walls. But what we are interested in is basically creating our own wall. So we need to know that we are creating a custom building. We're not following the rules of Revit. We want to create our own wall. So how do we do it? Well, let's select any generic wall. For example, let me just select this generic wall. All right, now we have selected this basic wall, generic 150 millimeter. So what I'm gonna do here, first of all, I'm gonna click on edit type. Once I click on edit type, and I want to make sure that I duplicate this family. So all the components, all the wall, windows, door are basically a families in Revit. So this is kind of a term in Revit that Revit use. So you have a family, it means that this is an object and we call it a family in Revit. Now what I want to do, this is a default family in Revit, so I don't want to modify that. I want to create my own. So I want to keep this if I need it later. So what I can do here, I can click on duplicate and I'll just say outer wall. Okay, and let's click OK. Now whatever the changes we do here, we don't have to worry about any settings or configuration of our default family. So now we are using this outer wall. All right, so here I'm going to go to type parameters now. We have the first option which says structure here. So I can modify the structure of the wall. So I'm going to click on edit, and then we are going to select our structure. Now structure is basically a few things. It gives you the properties of a family. So we are in a wall family, so we have a function structure one. We have a material for that family. We have a thickness for that family. We have wrap structural material for the family, and we have a sample height of the family. So remember, we need a height of 10 feet. And then we are going to select the material. So what kind of wall we are creating. Now here, if I click on that, I don't see anything, but just notice there's a small button there. You click on it, which will toggle on a material browser, which is much more advanced topic which we can't cover in this small video. So let's just select a generic wall. We're going to select this brick common wall, and I'm going to click OK. And I'll change the thickness to, let's just say, well, 0 space, we can say, well, 9-inch. That's going to be a bit more thick, so what I'm gonna choose is 4.5. Now it depends on the country you're from. It depends on what kind of building or structure you're creating. It's my personal preference. I just want to use this 4.5. You don't have to use it. You use your own, or you're an engineer, you know what to use, right? So what are the sizes of the wall? And we've used that, and I'm going to click OK, and then we are going to click OK again. Now we are using this brick wall, so we need to have this 64 feet width and 44.4-inch width. So let's just select that. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to take my wall up, and I'm not going to click now, but instead I'm going to type from a keyboard. So what was that? We need 45 feet. So I'm going to click OK. And there we go. So we got the 45 feet of the wall done. Then we take the cursor right, it basically snapping to the exact angle. So now we have a 0-degree angle, 45-degree angle, 60-degree angle, or 90-degree, 135, 180, depending on that what we select, that's getting snapped. Here we need about 65 feet. I'm gonna press enter, and then we come down, and then here you can see it's automatically snapping to the left wall. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to take this here. Okay, now we have our wall done. Now if I click on this modify tab, which will take us out from the wall command, and then I'm going to come back to this wall. So what I want to do is I want to click here, select the walls, and I'm gonna go to properties. And here, first thing we need to think about is that what is the height of this wall. So to look at the height of this wall, the best way to do it is either by going to elevation, or you can go to 3D. So here we have a dog house kind of thing on the top, which will toggle on the 3D view. So I'll click on it, and there you go. So we got the 3D. Now here we cannot really replicate the height of our wall exactly. So we need to go to elevation so we could see the level, and we will see, and we will match our wall to those levels. I'm going to click on east elevation, and I'm going to select all the wall here, and then here we have an option for constraint. So I'm going to click constraint in the properties, and then here we have a top constraint. So what is mean by top constraint? Constraint mean we can select a specific level, so it will automatically adjust the wall height according to that level. So we'll go to top constraint. We get the drop down menu here. I'm going to click on it, and we have this floor one. So I'm going to select that and have a look. Once I click on apply, what happens? So I'm going to click on apply, and there you go. It automatically adjusts the height of the wall. And the best part about this is look at it. Okay, so what if I just click on the level 1 and I can just drag it up and let it go. Now imagine that if you had to basically change the wall level manually, that would be a bit stupid. So Revit is not a stupid program. It's pretty smart. So it knows that we have another level on the top of level 1. So if there is no wall, how the building is gonna stay on? There is no possibility. So that's why it actually constrained to that specific level. Now we go back and then change the height of our level. Actually, we can click on undo button here. This is undo, or you can type Control Z. Okay, so we know how to create walls, we know how to set up our floor plan, and then we are going to basically go to scale level, and we're gonna make sure that we got scale level set to 1 so we can actually start building inside. So let's go to floor 1, and we can see we got this thing here. This is the biggest question I was asked on Revit. Basically, what people were actually having a trouble with is once they create something on the ground level, they won't be able to see that on the first floor level. So they won't be able to, if you want to create a wall on the top of this wall, so now if I click on a wall, I can still snap to it, but I cannot select these walls. I cannot modify them because it's not on this level. So how cool is that you can copy, or you can just follow these walls and draw on the top of that. And obviously you don't want to start the wall from here because there is nothing beneath that wall to hold it up to level 1, so it's not a possibility. So a lot of people were having trouble with this. So what I've done is I actually created a short video as well, but I'll show you quickly. Now if you are in level 1, and here you have an option for underlay. Okay, underlay. So here if I click on to none and I click on apply, and you won't see anything now. Now you don't know where your ground floor or your ground plan is. So if I go to ground floor, it's there, but we're not able to see on the level 1. So it's not a good practice. You can't really make anything on the top of the ground floor. So we'll go back and change this to level, oops, didn't want to select the floor level 1, but it just happened by mistake. So let's select ground floor, let's click apply, and there you go. So we got the ground floor level at the bottom. All right, so this is level 1. We go back to ground floor level, and then we're gonna quickly start creating all the walls. So let's go and have a look at our plan. So here, wall going here, here. Okay, let me snap this to this here, and I'm just gonna make it a bit smaller. Let's have a look if we are able to use Revit like that. Yep, that should be fine. So just wanna keep everything here. All right, so let's select the wall, and I'm gonna go to wall command. Let's select it, and this time I'm gonna select interior wall. So interior wall, let me just select this, maybe this interior wall should be fine. All right, so here we have a wall going up here, so I'm gonna click somewhere here, and I'm gonna take this somewhere here, and then I'm just gonna take it up. Actually, I'm actually doing it wrong. So I'm just gonna Control Z, and we are going to select the outer wall first. So let's modify the outer wall. So let's select the outer wall, and I'm gonna click here, and it's gonna go outside about 4 feet. It's gonna come all the way up. All right, and then it's gonna snap to this one, and then it's gonna go all the way here, and then it's gonna click somewhere in the middle, and it's gonna go up something like, let's just say 16 feet. It's gonna go to right, 16 feet is fine, and we're gonna come down. All right, so then I'm going to create something here as well. So let's just click here somewhere. Let's hold up here, and then we go up so we can see the exact dimension. So let me just select from here. I'm gonna go about, let's just say 6 feet. Let's come down to about here, and then we are going to click start our wall from here. Nope, I need to press escape. So here I will start the wall exactly here, and then I'm gonna take this to about 6 feet as well, and then take it here, and somewhere, let's just say 15 feet. Okay, I'm just randomly drawing this, and then after we have done this, now we need to modify a few things. Okay, so now we have done this. I'm just gonna select this wall. I'm gonna click here. I'm just gonna move it to somewhere here. That looks much better, I guess. Okay, so now let's remove some of the walls we don't need. So for that, what we can do, we can go to modify. We can click on a modify tool, and then we have an option for there's an option for here, trim and extend corners. That is the cool command. So what we'll do, we'll just click on it, and then I'm gonna click on here, and I'm gonna click here. So see what happens. They're just gonna trim that line. There you go. How cool is that? I'm gonna click on this one, and then I'm gonna click here. Actually, we need to break the line here. So we have another command which will break the line. So here we have split element, or we have split with gap. So I'm gonna click here, and I'm just going to basically split the line here. And then let's select this, and then I'm gonna change the dimension of this. So just say 15. It's actually giving me an error. Let's fix that. So I'm gonna select this, I'm gonna unlock this. Now it's not constrained anymore. So then we're gonna change this to 15 feet, and we can say unjoin element. So don't join it. Okay. And then I'm gonna go back to trim corner extend, select this wall, and then select this one, right? Select this one, select this one, and then we're gonna go select this one to this one, select this one to this one. All right, then we can click here. This is gonna cause a problem as well because of this wall we have. So first of all, let's select that wall. First of all, let's get rid of that, and then click on trim and extend tool, select this and select this, and click here, select this wall. It's gonna cause trouble because it's unjoined with this. So I'm gonna select this, and then I'm gonna just move this somewhere here. Okay, still causing an issue. So what we can do here, we can just select the wall, we can just trim it. I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna click on this and click here. Okay, so now we have the separate wall. So I'm just gonna get rid of this wall here, and then we will click on trimming corner, select this, select this, select this, select it. All right, so our basic model is done, and I made a mistake here. The reason why I made a mistake here is because I wanted to show you guys that now you see these corners here which looks a bit weird. This is because that we did with the gap, or we didn't do it properly. So you might come across same kind of error. So how do we fix it now? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna get rid of these lines, get rid of these lines. Okay, that's gonna be much easier to fix now. So I'm gonna select the wall, make sure we got the basic wall, outer wall, just zoom in, select from here, and then just let it go up till here. So let's just click here, done, and then I'm gonna click on modify, select this trim corner, select this, and then select this, and so there you go. So we have fixed the problem. And one more thing I want to do here now is let's have a look at the elevation. So let's select the elevation, and I'm going to select all the walls. Plus, I'm going to go to Constraint. I'm going to select this to level 1, and I'm going to apply them. Okay, so we can save the project. It's better to save your project, because once you lose it, then you lose it. All your hard work is gone. Alright, so now let's go to 3D view, and I'm just going to look at this in different visual styles. So if you look here at the bottom, we have this visual style which is set to hidden lines right now. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to click on shaded. So I'll press shift key and then press the mouse wheel, which basically turns into pan mode, and if you just move your mouse, it turns into orbit mode. So you can just, you know, orbit around. And on the right, you can see that we have a view cube as well, which is moving according to our view. So let's look at it now. As you can see, we have the brick setup. Pretty cool, right? All right, so let's go to ground floor, and now we're gonna start adding inner walls. So I'm gonna go and look at this image. So here we have let's just say this is the room here, we got another room here, we got stairs here, and then we have a room here as well. Yeah, that should be fine. So I'm just going to actually put this aside so we can actually look at it. So let's just, I'm gonna just move my Revit somewhere here so I can keep an eye on that. All right, okay, so let's start with the wall command again. So I'm gonna select the wall command, and I'm going to select this time interior wall. So let's look at this wall. I'm going to click on edit structure. We have this wall. I'm going to click on duplicate. So interior wall. All right, and then I'm going to click on edit structure, and we have a stud layered material right now, which I'm going to change actually. So I'm going to change this to concrete. So concrete. This one's fine, select that, and let's just click OK. And we're gonna change the dimension for that as well. So we have this in wrapping insert set to none. We can leave that here because that was the right dimension we had, 138. Right, so let's get started. So here we have a door where I'm going to start another wall here. So that wall is gonna go a bit. Actually, we need to move this wall. So let's press escape. I'm going to move this wall somewhere here. Right, and then we create another wall from here. All right, that looks much better now. And I'm just going to drop the wall somewhere here. Okay, maybe we can just leave that here. That should be fine. And then we have another room there. So let's move this here. So I'm going to select from here, and I'm just gonna create a room of 16 feet by 16 feet. We can change the dimension later, so don't worry about adjusting the exact dimension. We just wanna draw a quick draft what we actually expecting from here. So here I'm gonna just leave 4 feet, and then I'm going to draw a line here on one, I think it's, what's the angle? I guess 136 degree. So let's click here, and I'm gonna take this all the way here. Actually, we can have something like here. We don't really have to follow that plan basically. So let's draw this, and then I'm gonna zoom in here, and I'm just going to select the wall. I'm gonna select the wall from this corner, and I'm gonna drop it on this 45-degree angle. Okay, and then I'm gonna go take this wall and use this corner trim command. So let's select one of this wall, select this one, and let's get that thing there. So that looks much better. We have a door here, we have the door for this room, and then I'm going to actually we can move this wall somewhere here. All right, so yeah. And then I'm going to create another wall. Let's go to Architecture tab, start a wall, draw a wall here, and then there's a problem here. it's a different dimension for the wall, so we can just leave that for now, or we can adjust that right now. So I'm gonna first just align this. So here we have a problem. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna click here, and then this is gonna fix this. It's not gonna fix the problem, but here what I tell you guys this is gonna do. So if I click here, select this wall, select this wall, select this wall, select this wall, and select this wall. This is causing a problem because these walls are not identical. So these are, one is the outer wall, one is the inner wall. So now I have to delete that part. So now it's perfectly fine. All right, so here we have the same kind of problem which you can fix now. So use this tool to click here, and then actually, no, it's not gonna work because it's separate lines. All right. So if you want to know about these things, you need to watch my basic tutorials. I'm not gonna explain all the basic things here because that's gonna take a long time. All right, guys. So let's draw another wall here. Let's select from here and let's create another room here. Let's just do this. I'm actually following this plan. It looks rubbish, but yeah, whatever, it's there, so it's there. Okay, so we have another room here. This is going to be our living area, which looks a bit weird because it doesn't really suit here. So what I can do, actually leave this and we can do our own designing here. So I'm just gonna just align this to this wall. Fix this as well. Now we have room here, we have room, a master bedroom here. Now we should create a toilet, so we can have a toilet somewhere here. Let's just say a toilet here. That shouldn't be good because the problem is, let me check the dimension for this wall. So how do we check the dimension? I'm gonna go to architecture tab, and it should be an option for measure. So let's search for that. Let's say you don't know a command, so measure. Okay, nope, we don't want to go to Google Drive. So we're gonna find the command here. So we go to menu here, and here we should have an option to search something. No, it is actually in AutoCAD, sorry, Revit 2017, not in 2016. The search doesn't really no, it's not gonna let you do it, so yeah, we don't want to go there. So I need to find an annotation. I'll select this one. So if I select this align tool, or let's just click here, and hang on a second, we select this and we have an option for changing the dimension for this. So here we go to length, which we can see 12 feet 6 inch. But I'm gonna find quickly what is the measure command here. So because I haven't used Revit for the last 6-7 months. There we go, my bad guys. This is it, this is on the modify panel. So we go to modify panel, we have this measure tool. I'm gonna select from here to, let's just say here, that's 12 feet 13 inch, right? So we can actually make a toilet here. That should not have any issues at all. So what we can do here, this is a bit weird. So this is a master bedroom, this is a 5 feet, and what's the measurement for this? So it's 16 feet by 17 feet. We don't really need that much for this, so I'm gonna just go move this and align this to this wall, and that should fix the problem. Now we can have a toilet here and it should be fine. Let's go and select the interior wall, and it's up to you guys. You want to create a different kind of wall, create a different kind of wall. It doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create some kind of a toilet here. Or we can create a toilet at this corner, which I guess not a good idea because we want to have some windows here to make our master bedroom look nicer. So what I'm going to do, let's just create a wall toilet here, and that should fix the problem. And then we have an option for, let's just say, maybe we can have a dining here, something like that. Let's check it, 5 feet, 11 feet. Yeah, that's good enough. That's what we have inside there. Then we have an open dining area. We need to have another master toilet, which is going to be somewhere here. So let's just do this. We can just not 10 feet, and then we can come down to 6 feet. All right, Or what we can do here, this is a little bit better if you design this way, because this house is a little bit weird, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this a little bit down. So let's just say move it a little bit down here. Okay, and then we're gonna have a wall coming a little bit up, 3.6 feet. Yeah, that's fine. That takes about that's exact dimension for creating basically what do you call it, basically a toilet and a cupboard in there. So I'm gonna select this line and then select this line. Now this is going to be a toilet, it's going to be master toilet, and then we're going to draw another line, or I can just select this line and duplicate this here. But there's going to be an issue here because this is the one line. We had to break this line, that would cause another problem, so it's better off drawing another wall here. So let's just say this is fine. Then we're gonna have some windows here. So yeah, next we're gonna have to use this trim and extend corner. Select this, and then here we'll draw a wall, basic interior wall. So let's just do wall here. Okay, now I still have a problem because bad dimension, guys, bad dimensions, right? So you gotta fix it. Okay, so now our basic structure of the house done. Now quickly we want to go and just change the dimension about walls. So let's just go and select each of the wall. Find out this is 12 feet, fine. 19 feet is fine. And here, if you haven't watched my full course on Udemy, then there's a lot to talk about, guys. Trust me, there's a lot to talk about because in one I have a video that shows you I can't really explain everything. So this is done. Now we're gonna go to east elevation and we're gonna make sure that we got everything right. So it looks all right. All the dimensions are fine. So this is what we have so far. All right, looks cool to me, guys. All right, so now next what we're gonna do here is basically let's create something, some kind of doors and windows here quickly. So we go back to ground floor and we are going to go to, let's just say, windows. And here, instead of using these windows which are in the Revit by default, I'm going to bring in my own family. So I'm going to click on load family here, and then we have US Imperial. I'm going to get some windows from here. So windows, so we have this window, this window, this window, this window. We got a lot of windows. I've already got this, a lot of families. So if you guys need these families, let me know and we can come to the arrangement so I can deliver you these. So I'm gonna select this window, and then inside that window we have an option for steel size. We're gonna say 5 feet. Right, I'm gonna check this here and let's drop it. 5 is still very small, so we have this for like, let's just say 6 feet, or maybe let's just say 7 feet. And head height should be about, let's just say 7 feet. And we can just look at this now. I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna click here, and I'm gonna click this here. There are so many things to talk about to align this in the middle, like if you want to have a proper distance between these, so you can do that as well. Let me quickly show you how you do it. So if I select this tool, let me select the window here, and then I'm gonna select this window by pressing control. So we got selected these windows, and if I'm gonna click on the measure, and hang on a second, we have some other options. So I'm gonna select this. I'm actually going to click here to align these. So let's just select align these, and then here I'm gonna type about, let's just say 3 feet. So it's 3 feet now, and then we have to select this window, and then select this toggle, and this toggle, actually change this to this one, and click here, and then we have 3 feet. So we have an exact dimension. Oops, my bad. So we have to change this to this, and then we're gonna select this one, and we have this to align. Okay, and then we got this 3 feet is fine there. and then we can click here for the window. Yep, that should be fine now. All right, so now we have not exactly what we wanted, but we still have some kind of wall there. So I'm gonna zoom in and let's just click here and see what's happening here. Okay, so we need to select this one, make them identical actually. All right, so let's look at them in 3D. There you go. So we got 3 windows there, guys. Let's do a door quickly, and then we jump on to making the window faster. So making the process of creating this plan faster. All right, so let's go back to ground floor plan, and then I'm going to select the door. We don't have any special doors, so I'm going to click on load family. Oops, I'll just select the door again. Click on load family, and then we go to US Imperial. We have doors options. So here we have a lot of doors, guys. I'm probably gonna get this one. Let's go into the residential and see what's in there. So all of these doors are there. Yep, this one's fine. So I'll select OK to select all. And let's just try to get it aligned in the middle. That's fine. And then we need another door, but here this time we're gonna have to have a smaller door. So we go to, let's just say this one. Yep, that's much better. So now, as you can see here, if I zoom in, one more thing I want to show you guys here. If I click here, and it's gonna change the face of the door to top, which I don't want to do it. So to rotate this or to mirror this, I'm gonna press spacebar, and there you go. To change the rotation, change the direction of the doors, and then I can just simply click here and then drop it. So here we have toggles as well. So if I click on this toggle, it will go there. If I click on this toggle, it will go there. How cool is that, guys? Nice, right? And undo. Okay, so we got this. I need to have another window here quickly. We just want to put the window here. I'm not gonna go worry about the dimension, guys. You guys can fix it. You know how to do it. And then we have some kind of 1, 2, and 3 windows there, which needs to be fixed a little bit. So here we have alignment. So we'll change all the alignments for the window to the front. This one is front, this one is not. So we click on this toggle to make it front. All right, so now let's look at our 3D view, guys. Now we got the door done. We got our windows done. Too many windows in the house, yeah, but yeah, it's look nicer. Let's go back to ground floor. And now I am going to quickly drop some doors inside. So let's select this. Let's set this flash door here. And we're gonna change this to some kind of a different dimension. So here we have a bigger one. Yeah, that's better. So I'm gonna select this one, select this door there, I'm gonna select this door here, I'm gonna select this door here, and then we're gonna have to have another door for the thing. So we can just simply say, yep, this one's better. And then we're gonna have some door here. Press spacebar to align it. That's done. Yeah, it looks cool, looks promising to me, guys. Now everything's done. Then we have to have a couple more objects. Now I'm not gonna go deep into how we can develop the foundation, how we develop the ceiling, how we develop the roofing and all that stuff. So if you want to learn those things, you gotta check out my Udemy course. I drop a link in the description. Check it out, it's pretty good. So yeah, let's finish it off by just adding the floor first. So we have the floor options. I'm gonna select the floor, and instead of putting the floor in the ground floor, I'm gonna actually switch to foundation and then do the foundation first. Or maybe I can do the floor here. We don't worry about the foundation. We do the foundation thing a bit later. All right. So here we have an option. We can either draw over these walls, or we can simply pick the walls. So I'm gonna click on pick walls. I'm gonna select this pick wall, and then pick this wall, and it's giving an error. So we have unjoin element option. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna click here to select the outer line. So here we have to select the outer line as well. Let's just do it first quickly, and then pick the walls, and then we figure out what's the problem. We go through again. All right. So here select this, select this, select this, select this, select this, select this, select this. Okay, so now we're gonna figure out what's going on here. So here I'm gonna select this, and then I'm gonna change the alignment of this. So if I go and select the line, so let's get out and select this line, and then here we have a toggle it outside. Yep, that's been fixed automatically. How cool is that, guys? Revit is pretty great. So it fixed all of the thing properly for us, so they are all aligned outside. Now this thing has an issue here, so we can use this trim and constraint tool. I'm going to select this one and select this one, and now it should fix the problem. Now we have selected the outer boundary. I'm simply going to click on this check mark button, and there you go, our floor is done. Now we can't see it. We need to either go to constraint mode, maybe shaded mode. We can't see it. Realistic mode maybe. Right, we still can't see it because we didn't select the material for our floor. We can do that. So here we're gonna go to, let's just say 3D view here, and there you go. So we got the doors, we got the flooring done, we got windows done. All right, so here we're gonna have to have this a porch area. We can have this roof area. Let's just do a quick thing here. I'm going to modify this floor. So what we can do, we're gonna go to ground floor plan, and then I'm gonna select all. So let's try selecting all, and here we have an option for a filter. It's easier, so let's select that. I'll check none, and I'm gonna select the floor only, and I'm gonna apply, and that's it. All right, and here we're gonna go change the visual style to wireframe, and then we're going to click on edit boundary. All right, so here I'm gonna just grab this and I'm gonna move this here. I'm gonna click on delete element, and this should fix the problem. Or we can just delete this line, and we can delete this line as well, and we can select this trim and extend tool. We're gonna click on this one, and then we click on this one. That should fix the problem. Let's click on tick mark button, and let's look at our floor again. There you go. Cool. We got this thing done. We can have steps here. That looks much better in the picture. There you go. We got these steps here. That's what we're gonna create now. Okay. All right, so let's get going, guys. And we have the structure option. We got this slab option. Now, if you want to know about these, you gotta have to watch my other course. I'm keep saying this because it's pretty good. I mean, this project is gonna be in there as well. All right, so now let's continue our work, and we're gonna go and create slabs. Actually, before we go slabs, we can have ceilings there. All right, now here, if I select the floor, I'm gonna click on edit type, and I'm gonna click on edit structure. We're gonna have to have some kind of tiles there, right? Let's select these tiles, click OK, apply. Alright, so we have the tiles there. I'm gonna go and change this to realistic, and now we have, you can see we have the tiles there. So if I select this, we're going to edit the type. I'm gonna click on structure, and then we can select the thickness of the tile here as well. So I'm gonna say 0 space 9. Click OK, click apply, click OK, and that should have 9-inch. So it depends on you guys what material you want to use. And yeah, let's get going with the ceiling now. I'm going to click on ground floor, and then I'm going to click on the floor first, and I'm going to click on hide element. So I'm going to click on temporary hide element, so we don't want to mess up with the other stuff. So we don't want to actually select anything, okay? We just want to create a ceiling. So what we can do, click on ceilings, and then we have to look at the properties for timing. Now we have a highest offset from level. So here we can say, let's just say -9, okay? And then we are going to click on apply. And then we're gonna have to have automatic ceiling, or we can have a sketch ceiling. So I'm gonna select the sketch ceiling. I'm gonna pick the walls. Let's select this wall, 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 and then we're just gonna have to carry on, guys. Right, so here we have these walls, and then we have like this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall. Then we have to modify this because it's not gonna work. So now we have this thing inside this thing. We have to select them now. I'm gonna click on modify and select this line and toggle it inside. So now we have everything inside. Now with that thing, I have to actually use the trim corner extend, select this side, click here, and then basically have to draw another line. So we'll select line from the draw panel, click here, and then draw just a random line, and then press escape, and then we can have this trim corner, select this and select this line. Now I'm gonna select this line, click on this, and then we take it out. Then we have just the same thing with this. There's an error here, but yeah, we just don't bother for now. Okay, everything is inside now. Yeah, this one has to be fixed as well. Select this line, click on this toggle to get it inside, and that looks pretty cool now. Let me just go and fix this as well. We can fix this by using trim corner, and then this should be fine. Now everything should be fine except this one. So do this as well. Now we have a different ceiling on rooms, but we have a different ceiling in our living area. Okay, so we got our boundary selected for our ceiling, and then I'm gonna click yes. Let's do it. Then we can just click here and hide the temporary. So reset temporary, hide and isolate. Now let's look at it. I'm finger crossed how it's gonna look. As you can see, it's gone a minus. Okay, the reason why it's gone minus because we selected the ground floor as a level. So we can go always and change this to, let's just say 9. That's the best part about it, guys. It's not that you have done something and then yeah, that's about it. So there we go. We got the ceiling done now. Now one more thing I want to show. Alright, so now we created our ceiling. Now what we want to do is look at how our ceiling looks. Here we have an issue. So what I'm going to do is select this again, and then we're going to select this and change the, actually it selected the boundary. Okay, what we can do now is I'm gonna go back to ground floor and just gonna move this here. I'm gonna align this to this line. Right, as you can see, Revit is pretty smart to bring those lines towards backwards as well. So let's just apply that and we go back to 3D view, and there you go. Now we have the section done for particular these like living area, right? Not the toilets and stuff. We have a different section because we want to apply a different material. So to look at the section, there is a command we have in properties called section box, which is amazing. Trust me, you can create section by going to architecture tab and then just create a section here. We'll have a section here for we have to go back to this top view to create it. I'll show you that. Actually, I've shown you why am I going backwards. So right, so let's turn on section box, and once we look at the section box, we select it, then we have a toggle. So I'm gonna drag this backwards, and there we go. We can see our house from inside, and we have a nice ceiling done there, right? How cool is that? So section box is great, guys. We can just change, and if you have a bigger project, then you can move this and cut and have a look how your house or building look from inside. Okay, so we are going to turn off the section box here from the properties, and then it will come back. Now quickly we are going to create a roof here, and yeah, now this is going to be the last thing we're gonna do for this tutorial, guys. Yeah, let's do this now, and let's just do it with the roof. We're gonna go to, actually we're gonna go to floor 1, and then I'm gonna create a roof. So let's go to architecture. Hang on a second, it's not letting me select anything. The reason why it's not letting me select anything because we can't really do anything in a floor 1. So I'm gonna go double click on that, and we have to apply this roof footing. So we're already in the roof command, so we can just say pick walls, and I'm gonna change the overhang to about 2 feet, right? And we're gonna define the slope as well. So let's just select these walls from outside. That should do the job. Let's just click here, click here. All right, that should be fine. Now I'm gonna select this, modify the boundary. So here we have an option to select this. Let's just go, and then we're gonna select a line. I'll draw a line here, right? And I'm gonna just select these lines and get rid of them. And we can do one more thing. We're gonna get rid of this line and get rid of this line to make it better. So select this trim in corner, select this. Now that should fix the problem. Now I'm gonna click on check mark button to apply, and it's telling me there's an option there. Okay, so we have an error there. So I'm gonna click on continue, and then we go select this and select it, fix an error as well. Let's click on check mark, and let's look at our house in 3D, guys. All right, so roof's gone down. I'm not sure why it went down, but this shouldn't have gone down. So we were probably in the wrong floor plan. So here we have selected the foundation base level. So here we're going to change the base level to floor 1. Click on apply, and it will come up. And there we go. So we got this thing done. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, smash the like button and make sure you check out this Revit course. It's a best-selling course on Udemy. I've created it. There's going to be a lot more content coming into this course as well, because whenever I create a new project, my first preference is to put that project into my Udemy course and then after the YouTube channel. So make sure you check this course out. There's a link for 50% off in the description. Check it out as well. And as always, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.